Show. 4,
3, 2,
1.
Thursday night CrossFit Talk with Scott Schweitzer and Jamie Latimer.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. Hickory, dock, giving them all that we got. Kick on the door, try to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going hard and taking my chances. I keep it moving, I keep advancing, keeping it gangster.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to, what are we calling this? Masters Fitness CrossFit Talk, live in Fort Wayne. I'm here at the beautiful Holiday Inn in downtown Fort Wayne, and there is Aaron joining the show with his lovely wife, Jamie, who's always here. So we finished day one. How you feeling?
Did. I feel okay. Yeah, better than expected, I'd say.
Yeah. So it's really confusing out there on the floor, and this is not a dig on anybody. When you're shooting and trying to figure out where your friends are in reference to everybody else, it's very hard. So I can't wait for Judy Reed to come tomorrow, where she can just dedicate herself to seeing where Jamie is on the floor and what place she's in.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
So where do you want to start?
I don't care, wherever. You started at the pool, correct?
I did not. I was at the venue all day.
Lana started at the pool.
Lana started at the pool. Yeah, so it was really kind of chaotic at first this morning because half the athletes were at the pool, half the athletes were at the venue. It was hard to find help right away because everybody was split up duties. They had to have judges at the pool. They had to have judges at the venue. They had to have, it was just, everything was kind of split up, and no fault of anybody's. It just was chaotic when I first got there. And so we got in, we got settled. Our first athlete was Leanne Greer, who started off so strong. She was crushing the burpees and the shuttle runs. And then that sandbag bit her in the butt pretty bad. And it seemed to be either you could do it and you were successful, or you really struggled. And we saw a little bit of both.
Yeah, agree.
So your thoughts on the sandbag, because going in, you thought that was really heavy. I noticed as an observer that you did every set of those with the walk unbroken. You would clean it, go right into the walk, spin, go all the way back, one round, no break.
Yeah, the clean is like max effort for me. So I can't, after I clean it, I can't drop it. I have to go right into the walk.
Is it though?
I can't. Yeah, it was.
Is it?
Yes.
So I think you're actually better with a odd object than you are with a barbell.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of a family reunion here in the lobby of the Holiday Inn.
Wonderful.
So good times. Plus seeing a lot of athletes. So she was up first. You, I think, were second in our crew at the venue that was. And then we went to the men with Jim, Rudy, and Peter. Peter was before Rudy.
Yep.
He'd only touched the 200-pound sandbag one time, and he killed it. Super proud of him. He did it about like you did.
Okay.
You could tell it was taking some stuff out of him, but he was able to clean it several times. He was able to do several walks with it. So super proud of him.
That's awesome. Yeah. I have never cleaned a 150 in my life.
Yeah. And Jim made the 100 look like a pillow.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I'm actually surprised he didn't touch and go some of them. But yeah, his was pure intensity, right? Like kind of a different workout.
Yeah. His was, and I caught some footage of this, was you and Ronica just yelling at him to keep going.
Yeah.
And I love when Ronica calls him Jimbo.
Yeah.
That makes me smile. So that was a highlight of my day. And while all this was going on, Corey and Dan and Ronica were swimming.
Correct. We missed all of Ronica. So I didn't get to see anything Ronica did today.
So I did. I got to see her do the triple threat. She did great. I think she took 4th.
Yes.
And after your event, I tried to pay closer attention to where our athletes were. But she did great. She just kept moving. She's a great mover.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just kept moving. And I, like I told you on text, that the shoulder to overhead is what got that group, because they just finished a 500-yard swim.
Right.
And then that shoulder to overhead, the second time through, was brutal. Like people were doing 2s and 3s. So that was crazy. But our guy, my roommate for the weekend, Corey Leonard, with the event win.
Your video is awesome. That was so cool.
Yeah, it came out. I'm actually think I'm kind of getting good at some of this stuff.
Practice makes perfect.
Because I made that in like 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
at the venue with your computer or just on your phone?
On my computer.
Okay.
So I found a little spot in the concession area with a plug, and I just hold up there, and I have Wi-Fi. Someone snuck me the password to the vendor Wi-Fi, and so I can do stuff really fast on the laptop. So I try to go do a dump when I can, like dump off all the video I got, and then I have it available to do some quick videos if I want to or have time to do so. I'll get into it in a second, but Ronica was awesome. Let's finish that. Ronica was awesome. Corey it was unreal. And he pulled a Jamie in the middle of the workout where he dropped the bar. He went all the way to the start line to pick up his water bottle, took the water bottle all the way to the rig, set it down, and then walked back to the bar and then kept going. And I don't know if that gave him the energy to be able to crush the rest of the workout and keep moving or not. But I was like, dude, you're taking like a minute and a half to get a drink of water. That's something I do in the middle of a workout.
It worked.
It did. And so I was hoping he'd be back, but he's at dinner right now. And if he comes in the lobby, I'll grab him. But cool. He is on cloud 75 right now. He told me, like, if he had to go home tonight, his weekend would be worth it.
That's awesome.
He has been competing since 2017 or 18, and this was his first ever event win.
That's awesome.
And it was at the Masters Fitness Championships.
Worth the trip.
Yeah, so he is like flying, like the Cajun words are just flying. So, and then
do you know how he did at the swim?
He got 8 of 10 laps.
Okay.
What I would call 16 of 20.
Yes.
But and he didn't know you got a rep for 25 yards. So he stopped and he's kind of kicking himself because he had enough time to get one more lap, but he's super happy because he's only legit swam 3 times in his life.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was saying last night. Like he was just going to kind of survive the swim. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And I guess there was some kind of rule that you had to finish at least half of it to get any points.
Yes.
And that freaked him out, but he finished half at 6:20 something. So yeah, he was all good at that point.
Perfect.
Judy, someone's cutting onions. I will tell you, my boy was very emotional in the room. He had just got off the phone with his wife telling her and was in tears that he got the event win. And that's what makes this stuff special. Like,
yeah.
And that's why we got to keep these things going, because this stuff means a lot to people.
It does.
So then we finished up the day that I saw with Dan Church, who I think took 4th as well. Like it seemed like everybody was top 5 from our crew in the RX division. And I don't know how much you know Dan, but Dan's a big guy.
Yeah.
And he would crush the barbell and then like really have to fight through the gymnastics. And I guess he had a hand injury 3 weeks ago and hasn't been on a rig since until warm-ups today.
Oh, geez.
And took 4th.
Yeah, if you could move that barbell, I mean, it's not light. So yeah, I'm gonna probably be in the opposite boat, moving fairly slowly on the barbell. And
yeah, I think like honestly, Cory won that because he could squat like nobody's business.
Right.
To be flat out honest, the guy beside him was cutting reps and Cory was still going faster. Right. And Cory was hitting full depth every single rep in full extension. In fact, on his back squats, every time he would put the back rack, he would go to full extension up on top on the push press or push jerk and then drop it to his back. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to hit full extension on that.
Wasted shoulder to overhead.
Yes. So yeah, so great day all around for that. I guess Rudy won the sandbag event.
Mm-hmm. And I got video of Leanne crushed the swim, just like you said. Oh my God, she was miles ahead of everyone else. And then Peter, I don't know what place Peter got, but he was moving pretty well. And I got Rudy. Rudy was second. There was an incredible swimmer in his group. So, I mean, I'm sure he was happy with that. I think he was like 7:20 or something. I don't know. He was on a really good pace.
Wow, 7:20. That's good.
Yeah, he was cruising. So I got video of, I think, everyone over there.
So to let the listeners know, I get to the venue today and Annika Greer is texting me, asking me if there's going to be a live feed. And I said, I don't know. I'm trying to find out. I get in the venue, find out there is no live feed. And she's like, oh my gosh, I don't get to see my mom. And I said, listen, nobody else is going while she's going. I'll just shoot the video. I'll upload it to you. So I upload the video. She was so ecstatic that she got to see her mom work out. And then I said to her, I won't be at the pool, but we know how that's going to go.
Yeah. It was incredible.
And she says her mom is a dolphin.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like me, sub 7. I believe she did the 400. I think 50 and up was 400, but I think she was under 7 minutes. It was an incredible pace.
The 50 and up. Oh, okay. 400. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched her swim last year. She's just amazing.
Yeah. Flip turned she looked so smooth. It was incredible. Do you know if there's no live stream again tomorrow, or was that just for Friday?
All weekend.
Really? What?
Yep.
Because Brian is coming and doing something.
I don't know.
I assumed like similar to what he did with Pitt. Like I assumed he was. I don't know. Huh? Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I was told the cost was too much, and they decided not to do it. And
that's extremely
frankly,
disappointing.
Like, I would have done it.
Yeah,
I would have
I feel
recruited
like
people to walk around with iPhones, and we would have run something, just so at least one of the floors got out.
Yeah, Judy, that's your job tomorrow.
So, but we weren't asked, and
I know.
So, yeah. So, but so far, so good. Everything, like everybody's doing great. Hanging in there in their divisions. Do you know where you sit on the leaderboard right now?
I do.
Do you not want to say?
I'm sitting in first.
Okay. What was our conversation after the first event?
It wasn't good enough.
Okay. It wasn't, but it's are
incredibly tight,
enough.
like through the top 10. I mean, it's not like I'm in. It's incredibly tight.
Yeah. So that's great. I don't even know where. I haven't had a chance to even look at the leaderboard. Holly may be putting up top 3 event finishers overnight. She's going to try to play catch up. But I'm putting no pressure on her. Like if she can get it done, great. If not, because I know the leaderboard has been hard to find, and we found it. So she's going to try to put up the top 3s from every event.
Cool. Well, you won't see my name.
Right, but if she does an overall, you'll see your name.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters, because you're playing for Crash in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Your coach also texted me today.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I think I have a message from him right now. I got to go in after we get off and see what he said.
And he's a good dude too.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of preview tomorrow, and then we'll talk a little bit about a little bit of stuff around the scenes that I was able to kind of talk about today. So tomorrow you have 2 workouts again? 3. Do RX only have 2?
RX has 3 also.
Okay. I guess I misheard something.
So tomorrow RX has to do the landscaping duty that we did.
Yep.
And we have to do triple threat. So that's the opposite in the morning, like so opposite floors, right? And then we do the skier jump rope crossover.
Gotcha.
And then the like deadlift, rope climb, handstand walk workout. And they do the deadlift, rope climb, handstand walk workout, and then skiered.
Which order would you rather do it in?
I do not want to do triple threat first thing in the morning, not at 9 a.m. I am not a morning person, and I don't want to do all that work in the morning. But it is what it is.
It is. One of my analysts always says it's grindy.
It's going to be a grind, yeah.
Yeah. It's long.
Yes.
Like every workout here is long.
But the skier one is not. That's like a little sprint, but
yeah. But so far, like everything is long.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm wearing Crocs tomorrow. My feet are done on that cement already.
Tomorrow's gonna be a long day for you. It's gonna be like 8 to 8:30. It's going to be a long day.
And make it to Kroger.
Did you make it to Kroger yet? Oh my God.
Nope.
If I need to bring you lunch, I will. I think we're going to leave after the first event, regroup, and bring some lunch back. So
there are some gaps, so hopefully I can, but I don't know with everybody there at one time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a gap you're going to have.
All right, so let's dissect the workouts. You have triple threat. So first, the RX has landscape, which you guys did today. Stand back. Any advice for them?
Well,
don't sit down before your burpees.
Correct. Don't take breaks. It's going to be a different workout for them. Like our workout was honestly solely the clean. Like I honestly think it could have been like 3 cleans and more burpee shuttles to like even it out, because you could have moved extra slow on the burpee shuttles, and if you were just could manhandle that sandbag, you were fine. You were going to beat people. So I think in RX it's going to be a little bit different story, and there's going to be people who can maybe even like touch and go the sandbag. So you're going to have to push the burpee pace. It's just going to be a much more intense workout.
Okay. And Judy's asking, is everything under one roof tomorrow? Yes, it is. And the floors are only about 10 feet apart.
Yep.
And there are 2 floors. So you'll have no problem getting from place to place. So then you go triple threat. You're not looking forward to it 9 a.m. in the morning. But how do you think you'll do after seeing what others did today?
I have no clue.
The only person with long femurs is Dan. And he did 4th.
He took 4th. Yeah. I don't know. I'm notoriously a slow squatter, and it's like you said, it's a squat workout, and that's not good.
Right. It's 2 things. It is Cory won it on the squats, but you have to maintain on the shoulder to overhead. Like a lot of people died on the shoulder to overhead. A lot of people. So yeah, he won it because he killed the front squat specifically.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were near him, and then they got to their shoulder to overhead and just died.
Yeah, I have no idea on this one. Like, I don't even know what would be what's damage control. Like, I was 5th in both workouts today. Like, is 5th a good score again tomorrow? Should that be my goal? I have no idea.
Okay, and then you have the ski bag. No, that was the games. Ski erg and the crossovers.
Yep.
Feel confident with that?
I like that workout. It's a really small number of crossovers, so it's still kind of power output on the ski erg. So I feel like some of the bigger, taller girls maybe can out-ski me. I don't know. Maybe they'll get a little tired and trip on the rope. You can't really afford to trip on the rope at all because it's such a short number. But yeah, I think it'll be an okay workout for me.
What are your thoughts on anybody else?
I don't know. I feel like I only know like 3 or 4 of the girls.
So looking at Cory, I would have thought that would not be a good workout for him, but he says he's a great skier guy.
Interesting.
But not super happy about the crossovers.
I don't mind the crossovers at all. We did them last year. I've done them. I do them like once a week. Tristan programs them. So I'm pretty confident in those.
And then Ronica, like every pull up and toes to bar, she has to jump and readjust her grip. Is she going to struggle getting up to the ski erg? thing, or do you think she's good?
She's like the same height as me. She's fine.
You
Yeah,
never
it's a
struggle
reach.
like
It's a
that.
reach for both of us.
Yeah, but I've never seen you adjust on the pull-up bar.
It'll depend on the riser that I have out there. She
Okay.
she noticed that there were girls next to her that had 2 risers, and she doesn't know how they got them.
Okay.
So that would have helped her.
All right. I think Dan is going to crush that if he's got crossovers.
Yeah.
So now the cleaning lady has started. Yep. Awesome. So I think Dan will crush it. I think Rudy will crush it. Rudy is awesome on machines.
I think Rudy's gonna win triple threat and the skier, hands down, and the rope climb. I think
Peter,
Rudy's got.
Go ahead. I'm just having a hard time hearing you with
the ski. I just think Rudy's gonna crush tomorrow. I think they're high. The last work is high skill, all things he can do. Yeah.
Peter is a taller athlete. I don't know what his power output is on the skier, but he's going to have a long pool with everyone. So I think he'll be good. I think Leanne will be good. And the high skill stuff, I think she's good at. So yeah. So there's that. And then we finish off with I can't even remember now.
We finish off with the row, heavy deadlift, legless rope climb, handstand walk.
Okay. Do we want to talk about that, or do you want to stay positive?
I'm going to stay positive.
Yeah. So I talked to Jenn Ryan, and she thinks you're going to do amazing on that workout. And she thinks that you need to stop complaining.
I know.
So
I know.
we'll
I need
get
to
into that
believe in myself a little bit.
Yeah. I think we've been talking about that since I've known you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is going to be, I think that, gosh, what sucks is that row is great for taller athletes. The deadlift is not.
Depends on your arms too there.
Yeah. But not many people have osteomyelial arms.
Yeah.
So that's a little contradictory, and then
the rope climb's better for tall.
Yep. Unless you're really good at rope climbs like you.
Well, they're legless.
I've still seen you do legless. All right. So that'll be fun. I don't really know how that's going to go down for any of our athletes. That one's got me a little bit baffled. So
agreed.
So we'll see there. Any last overall impressions from today? We're going into tomorrow.
It's so hard with the 2 venues, like when you're doing that, and I just you miss some stuff. And it's hard when you're there with a group and you can't see some of your athletes. It's just, I get it. I mean, I get it. You can't run if you're going to have different elite and RX, it's just going to happen. Just sucks missing your people.
Yeah. Tomorrow you should have a better shot.
Yeah. I'm excited for tomorrow. Everyone will be there. It'll be busier in there, louder cheers. Yes, it's going to be a different environment tomorrow.
Plus, it's a weekend. More people come out on the weekend,
Yeah.
so it'll be good. I just had a really good time this weekend or so far. I kind of needed that. I needed that little kickstart. It's amazing how many people are here and wanted to chat, and it was really cool. I talked to Jenn Ryan a ton. I talked to Heather Lawrence a ton. Talked to Bobby, the runner, the person who runs the Masters Fitness Championship. I talked to Chris Hinshaw. I talked to Dex Hopkins, who is a buddy of mine that I haven't got a chance to talk to in a while, and really got to catch up with him and see how he's doing and just see where his head is with a lot of things because I've been worried about him.
Yeah.
And that was great to catch up with him. Saw Will Plummer. Saw just a ton of people. Just so much fun.
Yeah. Sounds like you really made the rounds.
So I want to talk a little bit about what I talked about with two people. One of those people is Jen. One of those people is Heather Lawrence. So I've known Heather since Pasadena, which is not very long. Boz introduced me to her and said that we needed to meet and we needed to talk. And here she lives where my daughter went to college. So we have quickly become IG friends, chatting a lot back and forth. But I never really asked her what her job title was, what it meant until today. And so I got a full explanation that basically the way she explains it is there's Dave, and then below Dave is Boz, who handles everything inside the ropes at a competition. She is on the same level as Boz and handles everything outside the ropes at a competition.
Okay.
So when I heard that, I was like, huh, so why Fort Worth? And of course, she's not going to flat out tell me, but we had a little conversation and I asked her, are you doing this to more professionalize the sport? And she didn't want to use the word professionalize. She wanted to use that they want to make something that they can move from place to place.
Okay.
And it is really to spread what we're doing and let more people enjoy it than one place for a long period of time. And the opportunity in Fort Worth was really huge. She said when they would go to Madison, it was a week. It was a week to hook up media, the media room, to get the internet there, to get all the stuff that goes on with the broadcast. It was a full week. In Fort Worth, they're going to come in and plug in and they're ready to go.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like floor setup has to be quite the debacle
media. I'm just talking media.
Oh, media. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that takes a huge expense away.
Right.
Just the setup of that alone. And so that's just one example she gave. And she's like, I am telling you, this is the most state-of-the-art arena you'll ever see. It is ranked in the top 5 in the world for arenas. The video board not only has video around the outside of the board, it runs on the inside. So if you're so close to it, you can actually look up into it and see the same thing on the inside of the board.
Wow.
She said that not that anybody should, but give us a chance because I think you're going to be pretty happy with what the show turns out to be.
Fair enough.
And this is the part that really got me excited. She said they have been planning out as far as 2027, and they've never done that the entire time that she's been with him.
Wow. 4 more years. Huh. Interesting.
So it's not just a 1 year plan, like a 1 year over 1 year thing. It is, they are planning out the future of what this is going to be.
That's good.
So that was really fun to talk to her about that. There were a lot of missing details that she said she couldn't talk to me about yet, but I was excited about what she did share.
Yeah.
I got to talk to Hinshaw a little bit. He did a workout for the volunteers, our aerobic capacity workout for the volunteers this afternoon after all the heats were done, which I thought was
Cool.
really cool of him to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because a lot of times the volunteers don't get a chance to work out during the weekend.
Mhm.
And they gave them their own little, and they got to go back into the athlete area and work out on the warm-up gear with Hinshaw, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
But I want to talk about the Jenn Ryan thing, because last night we spent a lot of time talking about how this programming, that this programming is burying people. And while I like I told you today when we were arguing at the venue, I believe that those points are all valid that we talked about last night. But Jenn gave me a different perspective. And I just want to share it because after hearing that, I see some validity in her point as well. But maybe the pendulum has swung too much. So her point is that she's been a Masters athlete for a while. And in 2020, when everything got canceled, they held a Masters CrossFit Games here at Masters Fitness. And that's how this got started, was holding the games for the Masters athletes. And she said it was a no joke competition with heavy barbells, with things that she wasn't sure she could do. But CJ, who does the programming here, CJ Martin, is also her coach.
Right.
And he told her that, listen, I want to let these Masters athletes know what they are capable of. And he feels over the last few years, like 21, 22, that the programming has been scaled back some. And he wants people to hit PRs in this competition. He wants people to be surprised at what their bodies can do. And that's why he's pushing the limits. Now, I think we can argue that maybe we need to look and see where we push the limits and where we do something that maybe we don't. And I think that we've got to get to a point where we are dividing up the divisions differently. The 35 to 44 are getting really strong and really fit and can do awesome things. But I watched the 45 to 49-year-old women stare at sandbags.
Yep.
Like 3 people were able to do it. And if you go to an L1, you're taught to program to the fittest people in the gym, right? And that gives everybody something to strive for. This is an elite competition. It's not an RX competition. It's not a scaled competition. It is an elite competition. So I get the validity in all of that. But I also see, like, it ain't fun to watch people stare at sandbags.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if we need to change it for 45 and up, and then you get to Jim's age group and he's throwing his around like it's a pillow.
That's right. That's where I can't quite gain perspective on exactly what they were going for, because sure, I'm fine with you challenging us and people may surprise themselves, but you didn't, like, you did that for like a couple people, and then that's not the case. Like 60 plus is like so scaled that it's it's literally like a skilled workout. It's insane. The whole event.
Yeah. So I think that while I see validity in his statement, I think the process needs worked on.
Yeah.
And that there is like a happy in between on all this. Yes, if you're an elite athlete, you should be pushed. I agree with that statement. But we don't have that refined yet. And the problem, and truthfully, 55 and up, maybe 50 and up, we don't have enough data points to know what is pushing them. Because you have fewer athletes in those divisions to make that determination. I mean, the younger you get, the fuller the heats are. So
Yes.
So yeah, there's Holly. She if she just came in, she didn't hear the promise I put on her. So it's good. She came in late. She'll have to watch back to see.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to have that conversation because I do think that there is some validity in it, but I will, since our argument this afternoon, I will meet you halfway and say that there does need to be a look at the process overall. And I don't think you have to do, I don't think you have to do it on every single event.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with a good old fashioned cardio race.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that's part of fitness as well. So I think that's all I have for tonight. There was something sent to me that I'm going to throw out to you, and this is probably going to be the first time you've heard it.
Okay.
So I don't expect you to have a lot to say, but I was taken aback and I don't even know what to say about it.
Oh God.
So, a CrossFit coach, where the heck is it? Okay, it must be in my personal one. Hold on. I want to get this right because it's not gonna be. A CrossFit coach made a statement today on Instagram. Doggone it. Now I can't find it. Oh boy. Okay. So it was Matt Torres.
Okay.
He posted in his story today, and it was sent to me. And now there it is. Okay. It stated this. Hurts to know the level of disrespect amongst the games coaches in the CrossFit. Anything? Did you hear me?
That's it? Hurts to know the level of disrespect? That's it?
So I will try. It's just on a black screen with just that sentence. I will read it one more time for you.
Okay.
Hurts to know the level of disrespect amongst the games coaches in the CrossFit. And that is from Matt Torres at Hey Coach Matt on Instagram. It's in his story.
Huh.
So I have a lot of feelings about it because I am friends with one CrossFit coach who had a big issue with an athlete, and Torres was a part of that. All right. So, so I have a hard time when I see things like that from him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I think like in his time as being a coach, I think he's at a point where he's starting to lose athletes for the first time.
Yeah.
Like everybody's been super loyal to him, and it officially he's lost Emma Carey.
Right.
There's rumors about others that are leaving. And I can't confirm or deny that as much as I've tried. And so I'm just wondering if other coaches are poaching a la the way he may have poached an athlete. And now he's hurt by that. But that's just speculation because there's no context to the statement.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something that that's very, very not me on the air.
Okay.
Why resort to a post like a high schooler? I mean, that's what you do in high school.
Cryptic.
I'm butthurt.
Yeah.
I'm going out on Instagram and I'm going to tell everybody I'm butthurt.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Do adults do that? I know, and I shouldn't even have made that statement. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Yes, they do. Should they? No, they shouldn't. I don't need to know all the drama.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What was that?
That's just interesting. I can't even begin to think what. Yeah, you're probably right. It's got to probably do with like poaching athletes or just taking athletes and then maybe talking bad. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really love the cryptic message.
Yeah. And again, he talks about maturity level when he's on podcasts and stuff like that. And this is so counter to what he preaches.
Right.
Right. And I've interacted with Matt on several occasions and they've all been great experiences.
Yeah.
Like all been great experiences. When I first kind of got into the media thing, I was friends with Emma and he was always there. And so I knew him before Naples and he's always been awesome. This just seems like very out of character for him. And it seems very immature.
Yeah.
And I think
agree.
it was Damien said, was it?
Clock said reads like he was drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reads like he was drunk.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting to know. So with that, I just wanted to share that. It was shared with me. I'm sharing it with the world. The last thing I'll say is I ran into Andrew Sten at the event today.
Yeah.
He did not find puke in his toilet at the Hawthorne, but he didn't look either. He didn't even get that far. Yeah. I think you muted yourself with your hand on your ear.
I said I'm the only crazy one that entered the room.
Right. I think he entered the room, but he did not go to the bathroom.
Okay. I didn't do that. That was Sam in our group.
Okay. Damien says they want to professionalize the sport. That means tough trades. Yeah. If there's more money coming into the sport, there's going to be more free agency and there's going to be recruiting and it's going to get ugly.
Yep.
So, yeah, I agree, Damien. So with that, I'm at 50 minutes on my hotspot. I don't know what that's going to do to my bill, but hopefully we can get Wi-Fi figured out tomorrow. The Wi-Fi at the venue is awesome. Well, the one I tapped into is awesome. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do some stuff from there tomorrow.
Yeah.
If we have
I
an
mean,
open spot.
Yeah, maybe we can try to go live at yeah, I don't know, figure that out.
Yeah. Because I found that little hiding space in the concession area in the back corner.
And I'll be there till 7:15 at least.
Yeah. I think if Dan goes last again, well, it's either Dan or Ronica are going to go last.
It's definitely not Ronica.
Okay.
No, because Ronica goes at 5:30. Jim goes at 7:08.
Okay. That's rough.
So it'll be Rudy. No, it'll be who do we have? Yeah, it'll be Rudy that goes last.
Well, Rudy's 40 to 44.
Correct. But so if Jim is our last person to go, that means, so it's a little weird because RX, because their workout.
RX goes before Elite.
Yeah. And then,
Gotcha.
so Jim is behind me. And so then it'll go down in age and then it'll probably finish with 30 to 34 Elite men.
Okay.
So yeah, Rudy will probably be the last guy.
Tomorrow, I get to meet Judy Reed.
I know, I'm excited.
I live in the same city as her, and I've never met her. I had to drive to Fort Wayne, Indiana to meet her. How crazy is that?
Can't wait.
So that's going to be fun. But with that, I'm going to tell everyone good night. Get some rest, Jamie, and we will see everybody next time on the Masters Fitness CrossFit Talk. We'll be back tomorrow for day 2. Bye, guys.
We about to change the game. We out here taking